Hey, what is up, everybody? It is me, Fred Eddie TV, and I'm back with another video. And guys, I'm going to be going over settings, how to find your settings, the best settings you could possibly use for a high sense player, a fast paced player, or a low sense player. Maybe you like to move slow around the map. Maybe you like to, go slowly. I'm going to be going over audio, video, controls, just everything. I'm going to be giving tips and tricks and stuff you could do. And let's get into it. We're going to go into the audio. So, of course, spoken language, English. Menu language, English. Subtitles, I prefer off. I don't know what you prefer. Master volume, I think, should be all the way up, personally, in my opinion, because you want to hear your audio and sound horn. Like, cause trust me, sound horn really helps in hearing the footsteps, everything you can hear. And it really helps with Jackal if you like to use Jackal. Music volume, low as possible, cause you don't want to hear all the music. Dialogue volume up, so you can hear your friends. And voice chat volume, that's so your voice is either loud or too low. That defines your voice. So I would prefer that. Honestly, it doesn't matter. VSync for sure have that off. Because it makes your graphics better in Terrorist Hunt and in the actual game. Brightness, that's really a personal preference. I like to have it at 60, but it's really whatever you choose and whatever you want to have. The brightest setting is it really doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter at all. It's just a personal preference. Like, that's pretty much it. That's all it is. So next we're gonna be going to the controls. Uh, I mean, you could do look inversion. I don't suggest it. Vibration, I like to have off, and the reason I say that is because when you have vibration off, it actually distracts you less, and it helps you play better. My vertical sensitivity is 80. I have 100 on horizontal. Left stick and right stick 5 and 5. I'm gonna give you an explanation now. Personally, I think I like to play on vertical 80, but if you're a beginner player and you're new to the game or just not that good, I would suggest putting it lower to like 40 for vertical, 35 maybe, and then put your horizontal. And well, yeah, the reason I said it was vertical is very important, and you want that lower, and you don't usually use the vertical. But putting it lower in the horizontal is because you don't want to have it too high, and you want to have it like low. It evens it out. But the reason I have it so high is because like you play like a PC player. I know how to control it, and it's just that it's my personal preference. The more you go up and the more you get better and the ranks you go up, you can probably boost it up a little bit. Left stick and right. So if you put it on 10, I mean, that's if you're having a bad day. Put it on 5 more often, though. ADS should be either the exact same amount as your vertical, or it should be maybe a little bit below. Like, I like to have mine 35. Controller rotation should be classic. Aim assist should be disabled. And the reason I said is because aim assist, well, I don't think that even works in regular game. It works in, well, aim assist is not good in Terrorist Hunt because you want to focus on getting your aim better without aim assist. Controller rotation, classic. It's personal preference, I guess. Gadget deployment toggle, I personally like that because let's say you're getting rushed, right? Just, it's better because if you get rushed, you have a likely chance to not die because, you let your drone out and it doesn't automatically take you into the drone. What it does is you put your drone out, you're still able to look around, shoot your gun. So if someone rushes you, um, you can kill them easily. Drone deployment advanced. That's what I was just talking about. Guides deployment, same difference. And that's pretty much it for the settings. So I am going to go over the tips and tricks now. Um, so basically, let me give you some advice. So in Terrorist Hunt, I suggest putting it on normal. It's your personal preference, though. I would suggest starting off with normal. Because normal, if you have aim assist off, you should be fine. Just go in there. I would suggest like, for sure when you're in a Terrorist Hunt, do not drone out at all. Go in there. There's different ways you can do terrorist hunt. You can work on callouts. You could work on you know, headshots. You can work on body shots. You can work on learning the map. Personally, what I do with when I'm learning a map is I'm a very memorization person. I have to like say things over and over again. So let's say you're going to learn map knowledge. So what you want to do is you want to get in, like, let's say console. You want to, what I do, this is my personal preference. You don't have to do it, but what I do is I basically call out to myself over and over again. Like, let's say I'm in a room, I just say it repetitively over and over again until I memorize it. That's just me though. I don't know how y'all remember stuff, but that's just me. Go in the map, memorize stuff. Basically, just say it over and over again to yourself until it sticks in there like a trauma. You know what I mean? And so that's it for that. But if you're gonna go in for headshots and trying to get your headshots better, honestly, guys, if I'm being real with y'all right now, headshots are kind of broke right now. Right now, I headshot people sometimes, they don't die, and it's kind of dumb. So I mean, if you want to work on headshots, go ahead. I would suggest rushing in there. Um, if you're a new player, just let me think. Yeah, I think this goes for new players too. What you can do is just rush in there, kill as many terrorists, but go for headshots. Go for as many as you can. Just aim, aim, aim at the headshot. Pop, 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 pop. So there's that, and then ranked tips. Let me think. So solo queuing, I hear, is very difficult for some, but also very easy for some. I will suggest, if you're a copper, a silver, a bronze, I wouldn't solo queue. I wouldn't solo queue at all because solo queuing is mainly meant for golds and plats. In my opinion, I think to solo queue you have to be at least decent at the game. You have to hold your own weight. You have to do your best, but at the same time, solo queuing is also good for working on yourself. So for the this is a tip for the higher ranks, gold and platinums. In my personal experience, you can solo queue as a gold and the plat because just try like go for kills and just do your best because as a plat and a gold it should be easier to go for solo queue wins as long as you're decent at the game. Now for coppers and bronzes, honestly, just work on getting better, like as callouts. Work on your callouts, work on your aim. In solo queuing, better yourself. Learn how to, run around the map and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just learn stuff. You know what I mean? Um. So also another thing, I see a lot of people mess up on this, and it annoys me so much because it's such an easy thing to learn. I'm gonna tell you. You wanna know a secret? I'm ready. Okay. So when you're let's say it's a 1v2 situation. They planted the bomb as you see in this clip. I failed this clip though. I died. Lol. But what you can do when you get inside of a room, always ADS, always aim down sights because I see so many people mess up and die because they're just sprinting into the room. What you want to do is you want to run a little bit ADS, run a little bit ADS, and then you can, pop the person. And another thing, here's another tip. So what you can do whenever you're holding an angle, so let's say on this map you're on you're peeking the stairs, right? And the person you see on the stairs, they went back down and now they're about to rush up the stairs. Between when you're holding an angle between every corner, you want to pre-fire as much as possible, but save some bullets, of course. But yeah, pre-firing really helps, and if you pre-fire and then you kill them, it's just good. Because I've had some echo clips where I pre-fire and then headshot the person because they peek it, and it's a really good thing. It's a really good thing to learn. So there's that. But also, what else? Let me think. What else do I know? Let me think for a second. So I feel like people don't drone out as much. Like, I mean, I honestly don't. I mean, I do drone out in some rooms, but I don't do it as much as I should. That's another problem I see. What you want to do is drone out as much as possible, but not to a point where they know where you are and you can get killed. You want to do it smart. You know what I mean? And another thing is, I'm gonna give you advice for roaming. For roaming, so I'm kind of a roamer slash anchor. I'm both of the situations. As a roamer, what you want to do is, personally, this is my opinion. You can hate on me if you don't like this, but I feel like you should probably be a smart slash aggressive roamer. And what I mean by that is, as a roamer, usually people run out. They play aggressive. They go for the kills. They're literally savages. But what I like to do when I'm doing good and I play as a smart, aggressive roamer is I know when to not rush. I know when to not peek. So let's say it's a 1v3 situation and you're the roamer. You took out one guy. Um, there's one guy in site planning. The bomb is planted. Another guy is holding an angle on it outside. And let's say this is what you could do. As a smart roamer, what you first do is you take out the guy outside. You run out. Let's say there's two windows. There's the window, where the train map, and then there's, I don't know. Let's say you're in train. You run out on the other window, kill the dude, and then you go in, rotate, and then you flank and kill the other dude. That's another thing I see. You have to try to rotate in every clutch situation. Rotating is a big key in Siege, guys. If it's like a clutch situation and you're cornered, rotate. Or if you feel even the littlest of like doubt you might die, you gotta rotate. That's really gonna help. Like you gotta rotate. And another thing I see like in that clip right there is do not use your pistol in a fight. Like you don't want to use your pistol. I mean you can if your aim is like really precise and you know you're a god, but I personally like to use I personally just like to use my AR or just shoot them. But yeah, and anchoring, what I think for me anchoring is very different. Me, I with Echo, I tend to roam near the site, but yet as an anchor, and I come back. Same with the anchoring. You gotta know how to like when to stop roaming. I mean, not when to stop roaming. When to stop peeking something, and when to peek something, and when to not push something, and when to push something. Because I see a lot of platinums and golds mess up on this. I'm mostly talking to the golds down below because I can't really speak for the platinums. I'm not a platinum. I'm getting there though. But I feel like most people peek stuff they don't have to peek. Cause in the higher ranks, um, personally, I think people get a lot better and they peek stuff that are really tight angles. Now, if there's a tight angle and you doubt yourself even a little, maybe like 1%, don't push it, don't peek it, because another thing I see is on anchor. I'm still talking about anchoring here. When you're anchoring, they have to come to you guys. They have to rush you. They have to get in your face and get in your butt and fight your ass. So if they're bots and you're peeking stuff and they're holding a tight angle, don't do that. I mean, let's say I've literally seen 3v4 situations turn into 1v3s because they peek stuff they don't have to. They remember this. They have to come to you. Anyways, that's it. Much love to y'all. I hope this helped y'all a lot. But yeah, much love to y'all. Remember to subscribe, like the video. You guys are all amazing. Much love to y'all. Subscribe, please subscribe. We're so close to 1.2K, and I'll see y'all later.